A little boy is watching television when suddenly it loses the connection. He turns back and sees the news is playing about some virus outbreak in the city. It also gets cut off. He calls for his mother, but hears nothing. While trying to look for her, he gets upstairs in an eerie quietness and is startled by his sister, Abigail. Both of them find their mother in the other room, packing up things while on a call with their father, who is a pilot. He informs them to get out of the house as soon as possible. Soon, they hear a thud from the upstairs and run out towards the car. A zombie who is called Ferals attacks the mother immediately. Abigail runs and hides under the car as the feral kills both her mother and her brother. The feral runs away and her mother turns into one soon. She finds Abigail and is about to kill her, but a man comes and shoots her down. His name is Cassius. He takes Abigail out, and as her brother is about to turn into a feral as well, he shoots him down. Years later, Abigail and Cassius are traveling through a jungle. He's trained her all these years, and she shoots a deer for the first time. They set up a camp at night, and after some peace and quiet, they hear something from the bushes. They go to check on it, and soon a feral jumps at them, but they manage to kill it easily. However, they realize that there must be a whole pack nearby. They prepare to leave, since these ferals are not like typical zombies, but have brains and can think strategically. They take their horses and reach a cliff where they hear a man is fighting the ferals. They both prepare their guns, but ignoring Cassius's instructions, Abigail goes to shoot a feral and accidentally kills both of them. They run down, and Cassius, having no other way, kills the suffering man with his sword since he cannot waste any bullets. They start taking all the valuables from the car. Soon 3 more cars approach, and the people point at them. Since they are outnumbered, they let go of their guns. In one of the cars, there is a pregnant woman named Megan and her husband David. As the men think that they may be looters, they prepare to kill them. But Abigail and Cassius somehow take a couple of them hostages and inform them about the pack of ferals that may be nearby. Before they can take any action, they are attacked from all sides. They fight them and hold them back, but a lot of them are bitten. In the end, Cassius, Abigail, Megan, and David all get into a car safely and drive away. In the middle of the road, the car's engine crashes. They prepare to walk from there, grabbing all the essentials. They reach a city, and inside of a building, they take shelter for the night. Cassius sets a trap outside, and as he returns, he presents them the map and informs them that they will be parting ways. It is bad news for David and Megan, but Cassius says he doesn't want to risk his life for them and leaves the room. Abigail goes to Cassius and argues with him, but he lectures her away, saying that because of her, they were almost dead and she needs to listen to him. The ferals have reached the place where their car crashed. In the morning, while Abigail is on the terrace, she encounters a feral and kills it off, but another one comes soon enough. She runs and tactically lets it fall from the window. Cassius comes, and they find out the pack has arrived, and one of them falls for the trap Cassius had set. But they're already out and have started walking. As they walk, Abigail recognizes the road and says that there's an airport 1 hour away by walk, since her father used to bring her here often. Cassius doesn't think it's a good idea, but Abigail says if they can fly a plane, they can somehow get out of here. All 3 of them agree to do that, but not Cassius, but since it's a vote, they embark on that journey. They find a car in the middle of the road and a wheelchair there that helps Megan. They reach the airport soon and find a plane. David, being an engineer, prepares to fix it as Cassius and Abigail check out nearby spots. David's mind is slowly going more aggressive, and he cannot control it. They take shelter in a watchtower and soon find some ferals are coming from every side. They run towards the plane, but David is not yet finished. Cassius holds the defense, and when they are too close, he is finally able to turn on the engine. They all get in, and the plane starts running, but too slowly. The ferals almost get them. Abigail tries zigzag to get rid of them, and somehow increases the pace and flies it. However, a feral has hung from the window, but Cassius takes care of it. Sometime in the air, the plane's engine crashes, and Abigail cannot control it anymore. They crash into a tree, but with odd luck, none of them dies. They get out and start walking once again. Cassius has decided to go along this time, and says that it will take a couple of days for them to reach where they are heading from the beginning, the colony house. At night, Megan and Cassius chat as Cassius tells her about his wife and how one has to kill their loved ones even to survive in this world. David, on the other hand, takes himself to a separate place with a gun and prepares to shoot himself. He is half bitten, which causes him to transform very slowly. But he doesn't shoot him after all. In the morning, they start their journey once again while David is heavily sick, but he keeps on walking somehow. When Megan and Abigail are a little too ahead, Cassius ambushes David, warns him that he will shoot him any minute since he has found out about his bite as well. At night, they find a house in the jungle from where lights are seen and also a shadow of a person. They quietly approach it, and soon some lights are turned on, and from a microphone a man speaks. asking their identity. Abigail walks further fearlessly and tells them about themselves, including the fact that they are with a pregnant woman. The man named Norton comes out with a shotgun and asks them to get rid of all their weapons and let them enter the house. He is a scientist and has managed to keep electricity in the house. He asks them to take a seat and manages food for them, and David eats like crazy. They all relax in the house, and late at night, Norton comes in with whiskey for everybody and orange juice for Megan. As they drink, Norton says that he has been living here for 20 years, and he had a wife as well, but doesn't tell what happened to her. Soon, his talking escalates, and he starts speaking in favor of the zombie apocalypse, saying that it was the right thing and it should have happened. The world has moved from one violent place to another. There is nothing different. Although for them, it is quite different, and they disagree. David walks up to the bathroom in the middle and checks his abdomen, which has turned into a feral's, but he is holding still. As he comes back from the bathroom, he sees all of them passed out, and Norton has a fist in his hand that has a technology to produce a high-frequency sound that is only affected to the ferals. Thus, it forces David down, even though he is not fully a feral yet. Norton ties them up in the basement, and as they all wake up, Norton tells them that he is like the shepherd in the new world. He introduces his wife for the first time, who is a feral and is trapped inside a cage. He wants to experiment with them, and their Megan comes to know that her husband is bitten. Norton releases his wife and controls her with his fist and lets her attack them. Cassius and Abigail fight her, and David somehow gets rid of the rope and starts fighting with the feral. They all get rid of their ties, and Norton runs away from the room. They grab their things and prepare to run out, and Cassius goes to kill David, but is stopped by the others since he is not yet a feral. They take the car and drive out of the place. They drive through the jungle as there are several ferals all around. They come to a dead end and have to run. They fight the ferals and continue running. David has now mostly turned into a feral, but is immediately killed off by another. Abigail somehow holds him back as Cassius takes Megan and runs. They reach the cliff, and in front of them is the boat town. They try to gather their attention, and the people from the boat town see them. They snipe the ferals from there. A boat arrives and takes them to the ship. Cassius takes Megan to the bed, who is very close to delivering the baby. They leave her to rest. In the morning, Norton finds the dead ferals in the jungle. Cassius and Abigail meet the leader of the boat town, George. He doesn't trust them very well. Later, Cassius warns Abigail that they will have to move the next morning, but Abigail doesn't want it anymore. She wants to settle and walks into an argument. Later, Cassius is taken to Megan by a woman who helped deliver the baby. She tells him that the baby is born and is healthy, but Megan will die soon. He goes to check her, and she says that her child's name will be Hope. She requests him to take care of her the way he has taken care of Abigail. Cassius agrees. Meanwhile, Norton has gained control of all the ferals. At night, a boy takes Abigail on tour through the ship. He introduces her to the bunker that will help them escape in any case of attack. In the morning, Norton lures a boat to him and leads the ferals in the boat. He is in control of them and lets them eat all the humans. Fight breaks out, and Abigail fails to find Cassius anywhere. They finally meet, protecting one another and killing off a lot of ferals. They hug, and as they run, Abigail is blocked by Norton and punched away. As Cassius runs toward him, he instructs a feral to ambush him. They both fall into the deck. Cassius manages to kill the feral somehow. Norton has come down as well. Cassius is too weak to fight anymore, and Norton takes the upper hand. Although, somehow Cassius gathers strength and manages to break his fist, and he kicks him away. But apparently the fists don't work anymore, and all the ferals jump at him, killing him. Cassius gets up, and they run while a feral gets a hold of Abigail, but is beaten by Cassius. There, Abigail finds a bracelet in his hand and some papers by him to figure out that it is her father. All the others have taken the safe spot, going through the bunker, and they are on their way as well. As they safely reach down, the entire town is destroyed. However, on the seashore, the captain of the ship is bitten and points his gun at them. But he is soon attacked and is killed by Abigail's father, and a fight immediately breaks out between him and Cassius. Abigail's father chokes Cassius and bites his hand, but he is protected by his wristband. Abigail hesitates to kill him off, but in the end does so. They hug each other, and in the end, with the documents of Norton, they have plans to end the virus and lead a better society. So, that was the recap for the 2025 movie Silent Zone. For more movie recaps like this, stay subscribed to the channel, and thanks for watching.